Oh, certainly. I don't think this is not going to be a quick 1, 2, 3, guilty or not guilty, because there is a lot of testimony that they have to digest, a lot of very technical testimony, a lot of fact witnesses that came in over the last 2.5 weeks. And so the jury wants to have more time. So that's good. They don't want to rush this. And so I think that who knows how long they're going to be deliberating tomorrow, but they have a lot. They heard a lot from the state and the defense today in their closing arguments.
Certainly was a lot. I want to talk about the charges against John Goodman. He is charged with vehicular homicide, failure to render aid, DUI manslaughter, failure to render aid. There's a lot of confusion on can he be guilty on one, not guilty on the other, what sentences do each impose. Can you go over and break this down for our viewers, because a lot of social media comments are coming in on this?
Sure. There are two different charges. And even though they arise out of one incident, one of them has an alcohol component, one of them has a reckless component. So breaking this down, the first charge is DUI manslaughter, failing to render aid. And that means that they have to prove that John Goodman was driving. He was under the influence, the effect that his normal faculties were impaired. He was intoxicated, legally intoxicated, putting it in its simplest terms, and that his driving caused the death of Scott Wilson. The other charge is vehicular homicide. It has nothing to do with alcohol, and it requires the state to prove an element of recklessness which caused the death. But both of them have an extra charge of failing to render aid, which makes them so much more serious, which is why he's facing up to 30 years in prison, making them first-degree felonies.
We have 30 seconds left. The state had the burden of proof here. They had to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. How did they do?
Well, I think they had a lot of very, very compelling evidence, and the state was asking and pleading with this jury to use their common sense. Again, Roy Black brought up a lot of points, and I think that he's poked some holes, and this jury may find that there's reasonable doubt here. I'm not going to call this one. I think it's too close to call.
All right, Michelle Suskauer for News Channel 5. Michelle, thank you very much. We just got word, too, as we're reporting here, the jury will deliberate again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So the jury was deliberating for 30 minutes. They broke. They're going home tonight. They'll be back in the courtroom deliberating tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. For now, we'll toss it back to the studio. Kelly and Michael, back to you.